Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Ultima Final Fantasy, the ultimate ice cream crinkling podcast. What the fuck? All right. So we do 10 seconds of silence to remove noise in case we have to do noise removal when we do like the post-production on these episodes. And I know that's getting into the weeds, but we'll just like run it for 10 seconds and we'll just try to be silent. Sometimes there's a fucking noise, and this time it was the fucking plastic crinkling from the fucking ice cream I pulled out. So to celebrate the last Kingdom Hearts game that we're going to play for Ultima Final Fantasy, I'm Joe, by the way.
I'm Caleb.
I got my girlfriend to go to the store and get us the closest thing she could get to the sea salt ice cream in Kingdom Hearts, which you, of course, did this with the 358, but I thought that it would be most appropriate for finishing the episodes. We have some, like, coconut. They're white. They're not light blue, but they're white ice cream on a stick.
Yeah, they're actually pretty good,
honestly.
Like, are these, like, super low carb or something, or...
I have no idea. I don't care. Today is my off day for eating.
I mean, I don't care either, but like just for the future, I'm like, damn, coconut. I heard that coconut was a good replacement when you're doing this kind of shit. And after trying these, I'm like, yeah, that pretty much hits the spot.
That's good. So you might hear some lip smacking a little bit, especially at the beginning of this episode. But yeah, we are here to talk about Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory and probably just do a little bit of a wrap up on the Kingdom Hearts series as a whole. So in case you guys couldn't infer this from the last 2 episodes of the podcast, we are, of course, recording 3 episodes of UFF in a row on a single day after our schedules just lined up this way to where we had beaten or would be beating 3 Kingdom Hearts games right before Christmas, basically.
Yeah, it turns out the secret is to just destroy your life utterly, and you could do a lot.
You can do a lot in a little bit of time.
Alex the other day, my wife, I was like, look, I told you, it's just till June. She's like, yeah, well, if we're even here. And I was like, no, it's June no matter what. Whether you're here, whether I'm here, we're done in June. Like, it's fucking done. I'm done. I don't care. And I was like, even if you leave, I'm still fucking doing it until June. Like, I ain't stopping.
Oh, my God.
And today and what I did last night, I was about... Fucking dude, man. I got off work at like stupidly, first of all, I forgot the laptop. And that's a 40-minute like mistake. Yeah, because it's
oh my God.
I-15 all the way down would have been sub 3 hours. But at my house, 340. And it's just no matter how you fucking slice it, it's a 40-minute side fucking game. A little mini game to get to my house. And so I did that. Went there, grabbed the shit. After I worked 2 hours, almost hour and a half of OT, and I probably should have told him no.
Yeah, probably.
And then
should have probably also told me you were coming straight here, but okay.
Yeah, that's fine. It doesn't even matter, dude.
Okay.
How tired I was, I slept in my car like no problem. Sounds insane because it is, but so it's like 3-something in the morning, and I convinced myself that I needed food because I was like, it'll give me more energy. I'll be more awake. Not true. Technically more energy, but that energy did not go to like keeping me not tired. And so I go to the Maverick near my house, and as I get there, there's a guy, like the guy that works at the Maverick, because I see him late at night when I come home and I get my lose weight coffee to make me sweat even harder in the molten bath that I take.
Do you drink coffee in the bath?
Yeah.
What the fuck? I'd never done that.
Yeah, dude, it's
I
hot.
bet. Do you
It's
put the
hot.
towel over your head too?
No.
Oh, that's a new trick.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Wrap it like a turban, dude.
Nice.
Because you sweat because most of your heat is lost through your head.
Yeah.
So if you block that, you sweat like a fuck.
This last time I was like, I looked over at my arms and I just had like it looked like I had like an exo armor suit on or something. It's just like beads of sweat, like lined up perfectly. And I'm like, damn, it's fucking hot. But I also cranked the water heater all the way to the max, and I just turned the hot water on, and I don't turn any cold when I get in there, dude. It's fucking like
I can't do that. I have to wait a minute.
It's crazy hot.
I think that's dangerous.
It might be. I got it and I was like, I can't tell if I'm actually burning or if it's just like close.
Oh, people will put rubbing alcohol and some other oil on their skin to get them to sweat even more, like those fighters and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
To get that weight?
This is the second time we were brought up on these reviews. The cutting weight for the fucking thing that
Yeah.
we're doing.
It's insane. It's fucked up today, but
yeah. So today we're eating ice cream though,
yeah.
just to remove all progress.
But yeah, I got there to the Maverick. The guy walks up to me and is like, "Hey, this guy's like, battery's dead. Can you help jump him? I've been doing it for a few minutes, but I got to get back to work." And I'm like, "Fuck." I was like, "All right, yeah." So I go over and I'm like trying to jump this guy's car. I give it a few minutes in my car, and then I'm like, "Okay, well, I got to go buy some shit. So like, I'm gonna just go for a few minutes, just like wait." And I come back out with like my bag of fucking junk for my gut and like 2 massive monsters to drink. That did not save me. And then I hook it up, or I check it again, and it's like his car is not really doing anything. And I'm like, dude, it's not even turning over. I'm pretty sure your fucking starter is dead, because like it would at least because the battery when it's dying, it like does the shoot.
Yeah,
and then
it'll
like
turn a little bit, right?
But his like the lights were totally fine. When you turn it, normally when it's the batteries, like when you start to.
Yeah, your lights go dim.
Yeah, they go dim, and then they start to dim more as it's like turning over, and then it's like hurry up and fucking ignite so that the
But if
alternator
his car had just turned off and you were just on the starter, no.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was that. And so I told him like after like
Unless he was in there for like 8 hours or something.
yeah, no, they were just coming through. And I told him like, sorry, dude, like I don't think it's the battery, and I gotta leave. Like I have to drive for like ever. And it's like fucking 3-something. It's like 3:20 at this point in the morning.
I'm sure
and
the
like,
gas station attendant is like, please get him out of here. Anybody, someone help this man.
Yeah, and I was like, I mean, where are you going? And he's like, Salt Lake. And I'm like, sorry, that's where I just came from. And he's like, well, how far is it? And I'm like, well, on foot, it's like a day. But like, if you drive, it's like 30 minutes. I don't know, 40.
On foot, it's longer than a day. Yeah. I have to burst your bubble. It's 50 miles from Springville. So
yeah, so I was like,
go ahead and triple that to get to Scipio.
Yeah,
which is where I think you were at, right? Eagles Landing.
When I slept, no, Eagle Mountain.
Oh, Eagle Mountain.
I was still at home, basically.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize
I hadn't left yet, and so I was like, I gotta go, dude. Like, I am fucking tired already. This is the dumbest thing ever. And I was like, I gotta go. So I left him, and I kind of felt bad for a minute, and then like between 1600 North and 800 North in Orem, there was like a fucking car, a truck just sitting there in the middle of the freeway. I'm going like 80, dude, because I'm like, I'm getting down there now. And by now, I mean 3.5 hours from now. And it's just fucking like, shoo. And I was like, what the fuck? And so I was about to get on the phone and call the cops, but then like right up the road, the cops like have the road like blocked on the freeway, and it's just blocked off, and I'm like, what the fuck? So I have to get off, and I fucking get off on Orem, and I just like go on State Street for like a couple miles, and yeah, it's like just they had it covered, like no one could get on. All you could do is get off.
What the fuck was happening?
I don't know.
Gotta look that up.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look, because like I was thinking about calling the cops and like, hey, there's some guy that's like fucking stuck in the middle of the freeway. Like we should help him. But then right up the road, they had it closed off, so it's like, oh, maybe this is like a hey, warning.
Sorry to distract you. One of the scariest fucking things ever. I was driving like from Burbank to my house, to my apartment at night in Los Angeles at like 1 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
And I just saw like a flashlight in the distance, like going like this back and forth. It was some guy's cell phone light. I go past, a pitch black car is flipped over, and it's fucking California where they don't have street lights. So yeah, if that guy wasn't waving that phone, you could fucking ram right into that car and not see it until you were on it.
Shit, dude.
Yeah, dude. I was like, and I was going too fast to like stop or help or anything.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was because I like by the time I like registered what I just saw, I was like gone. I'm like, man, I hope that turned out well, because a pitch black car and a pitch black freeway.
Yeah. The guy's like, fuck.
Not a good combo.
Fuck.
Not a good combo. And flipped upside down. I
Yeah.
don't even know what happened there. And I was like,
Yeah, that's crazy because
Man.
like if he leaves it, someone's gonna ram it and die.
yeah, like someone will die.
And he's like, but if I stay here, I will be that someone. Like,
Like he could stay to the side and like see if the car's moving or not. And if it's not, just fucking book
Sorry.
it into the woods. But that's, oh man,
yeah, that's
a
crazy.
nightmare. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and then I got off the freeway and I was like, fuck, how long should I go? And I think I went to I just took State Street all the way down to my old exit in Center Street in Provo. And I was like, oh, Miss Provo. And then just got on the freeway again and it was fine. But then I got to I can't remember what bullshit.
Provo?
Yeah, remember Provo? And I got to whatever bullshit city. I've stopped there like 10 times. So I'm surprised I don't remember what the name of the city is. It might actually be like Scipio or something.
Is it that? It's like the 2 gas stations and like 5 houses.
Yeah, and
That's
there's
what
like
Scipio
a bunch
is.
of trucks that
And then
go.
there's a big pass that goes into the mountains.
I think that's the one.
Yeah, that's
How
Scipio.
far away is it? About
From
2
here,
hours?
about 2 hours, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
I stop there like all the time, but I
It's
forget.
Eagles Landing. So when you were saying, I think you accidentally said Eagles Landing earlier.
might
when you were
have.
telling me the story. Eagles Landing is the gas station there.
Eagles Landing's where
It's
I
a big
slept
gas station.
for 45 minutes this morning.
Oh.
I got there and I was like, I can't do this. It was like 5:40 in the morning. And so I just like cranked my heater, fucking leaned my seat back, put my alarm on for 45 minutes. And dude, this has been happening lately. Like I just lay my head down and I'm waking up again to my alarm. Like there's no,
in between.
it's just asleep,
Man,
awake.
Man, I wish I didn't take 2 hours to get to sleep.
Yeah, I take like 2 seconds, man.
That is kind of nice.
So I did that, and then it was 6 something, and then I fucking just was like, hey, and I almost had to do it again because I was like, fuck, dude. But I just kept opening my window and like putting my whole arm out. And then at one point, I put my face out the window for a minute.
Like fucking Ace Ventura.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
And then I made it to Joe's, and Joe had told me, oh, I'll just leave the key.
No.
somewhere.
This was a joke conversation. You took me serious. Sorry,
Yeah,
go ahead.
I can't tell
I'll
anymore. I'm
explain
too
my
tired.
side.
And so
later.
I get here, and I'm like, okay, the door's unlocked. The thing was unlocked downstairs.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, oh, okay, he did leave it unlocked for me. And I come up, I've got all my shit, and I put it on the dryer, and I'm like, okay, well, where's the key? This door's locked, and I'm like messing with the door, and I'm like, fuck. I look here, I look under the mat downstairs, I look in the dryer, you never know. And then I'm like, fuck, man, he fucking left, he didn't unlock the door. And so I just go back out to the car, I like put my jacket on backwards, I like put the little hood over my face, and I just fucking go to sleep again. And then I wake up to Joe calling me, and I told him I'm here and that I've been here for a while. Like,
All right. So the other day I was like, well, look, I think it's actually more efficient for you to come down to me this weekend. Basically, and because it's 3 fucking episodes, there's not going to be kids to distract us. My girlfriend, who will want to go with me on the drive,
I'm gonna be
goes
bored.
to sleep at like 8 p.m.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, I just don't think. I think it's just better for you to come down to me this weekend, at least.
Yeah, it's
because
currently
usually I
almost-
have other things to do up there.
Yeah, it's currently almost midnight here now.
Yeah.
So good plan.
And if we go late, that was the other thing. If we go late, like, you don't work on Monday. I work on Monday.
Yeah.
So anyway, and I was like, well, maybe, and I just threw this out here. It wasn't a plan. This was not an official plan in my mind. I was like, maybe you can leave work or like right after, then just come straight down here and sleep. Oh, and I'll leave the key out for you or something. I don't know.
Yeah, dude, that you told me that, and then I like 10 minutes later I was like, so Alex, what do you feel about this? She's like, well, I worked that day, and I told you never again on the days I work. And I'm like, but it's Sunday, so if you go work at your parents' house, which you would do anyway if Joe was coming here for the episodes, the kids have others to help them. You got them, you got family time, kind of, while you're working. And that's what she did. And I just took it as like, gospel. I was like, that's what we're doing. And then it wasn't until about an hour and a half in, and I was like, this is probably the dumbest thing I've ever done in my life. Like, this is fucking stupid. Like, this is so dumb. Like, I am so tired.
You know, there's a part of me that's still used to you, like, just being awake till 5 a.m. So in my mind, I'm like, oh, that wouldn't be a big deal. And that's why I said it. But I think I said, oh, maybe that wouldn't work. Or something. I thought I said that in the same conversation. So to me, it was not like a serious plan. Anyway, I woke up this morning with a missed call, and I'm like, is he just calling me to tell me he can't beat the game? Because that's kind of what I expected. That you're like, I'm here, and I'm like, okay, Laura's going to kill me. That's I told her we would have the morning together.
Oh, crap.
And I told her now we definitely not going to have the morning together. And I do this wave flip of it. Hey, babe. So Caleb's here. She's like, Caleb's here. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. Turns out he slept outside.
Yeah. And I'm like, he has not had any sleep. So what I think we should do is just have him sleep here in the bed. It's going to be dark. And it's going to be relaxing for him. And then we can just go out the living room. And so that's what we did.
So you had the morning.
Yeah, we did. That's how I had the morning, was by having you sleep in my bedroom for 5.5 hours.
That was great, dude.
I bet it was, dude. My bedroom is great for sleeping, horrible for waking up, because there's
so
no
dark.
fucking light in there. You're just like, I can't see. I don't want to get up. I don't want to move.
The only thing that was a little annoying was the storm. And I like the storm, but I'm like, okay, the thunder's a little much, dude. Like, I'd be like just about to go under, and then I'd be like, I'm like, fuck. And so I'm over there like pushing buttons, like trying to find it, and then it's like lights are turning on. I'm like, fuck. It's even worse. Now it's bright and loud.
Oh,
and then
no.
I found the volume, and I like got it to where the thunder was like just barely there, and I was like, okay, perfect.
All right, we need the storm.
And then I died for 5 hours.
That's good. I was like, he's probably gonna have the best sleep of his life in there.
It was good.
Because no one fucks with my sleep. That's my rule.
Yeah, I was thinking, like, man, Joe takes his shit seriously. Like, he's got his little fucking sound box doohickey thing. Like, it's fucking pitch black.
Yeah, pitch black room.
Like, the keyboard's a little lit up, and there's, like, one other light, but,
the fucking alarm clock light is too bright. But
other than that, it's, like, dark, and it's, like, kind of toasty. And like fucking, yeah, quiet too. It's quiet back there.
Yeah, there's some good. Even my roommate will be pumping music, and as long as I have the closet shut, I don't really hear it that much.
Nice.
So there's some good like sound dampening on the walls. Horrible on the floor. People can hear everything below me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So everything. And but for some reason the walls are really like, yeah, you don't hear much room to room in this place.
Yeah, it was good sleep. It was like a little fucking cave.
Yeah.
Just go back in there. It's like, oh, yes.
So anyway, yeah, we're on the third Kingdom Hearts of the day.
Yeah. So.
And the final Kingdom Hearts. Man, when I finished that Kingdom Hearts, I was like, or Melody of Memory yesterday, I was like, wow. Or no, yeah, not yesterday. 2 days ago, Friday. I went, wow. Okay, that's it, man. That was the feeling that happened there, which was interesting because Melody of Memory is really just a rehash of everything else. We have definitely heard of Melody of Memory. I don't think it made any huge splash. It didn't sell too much.
Yeah, it's
for
weird
a Square Enix game on an initial release.
We knew Final Barline was coming.
Yeah,
but I didn't hear anything about Melody of Memory.
Not really, and it's not like we're dipped in the Kingdom Hearts community that much.
Yeah, that could be it.
But in its first week, as far as physical sales, it did 40,000 in Japan. That's the only sales number I saw.
That usually means not that great.
Which usually means like probably like, I don't know, 120% of that will be North American. So I don't know, maybe something 70, 80.
Yeah, 120K.
No,
total.
I'm sorry. No, yeah, total. And then it probably doubles that over the course of the lifetime. So I bet this probably wasn't that big of a game.
Yeah.
And I don't even think it was a full price one, right? Theater Rhythm wasn't, so
no,
I would guess this wasn't. But that's just a guess because this is very similar to Theater Rhythm.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And so I do have a tiny bit on development, but I think I'll just slice the development and the story in one thing. So let's learn about Melody of Memory. Melody of Memory was initially pitched as Theater Rhythm Kingdom Hearts.
Very original.
Which I guess they pitched that after Kingdom Hearts, or excuse me, Theater Rhythm Dragon Quest.
Oh, okay.
Because once they saw that Theater Rhythm was spreading out, they were like, of course, we must do Kingdom Hearts. And they eventually announced Melody of Memory in 2020, the best years of our lives, for Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. It's Indies Zero who developed the game, collaborating with the Kingdom Hearts 3 team, and they decided to use the Unity engine to make this game. So
the other engine.
the other engine that everybody uses. In Kingdom Hearts 3, of course, Square Enix, or the Kingdom Hearts team at least, they decided to make a game on Unreal, which I believe also the Final Fantasy VII Remake is on Unreal.
It is, yeah.
Which, again, unusual for Square. But yeah, in this one, they're going even more. They're like, oh, Unity, that's that free one that all the kids use.
Yeah, you know what else
to
is
make
made
their games
on the Unreal Engine? Conan Exiles.
Conan Exiles, that's right. Yeah. Honestly,
I mean, most games.
There's a lot of shit made on the Unreal Engine. It's like a lot.
It's weird. It's like Unreal stopped making games and they just make the engine, and then Steam stopped making games and they just fucking sell games like mofos.
Oh, Valve.
Valve
started making.
They just have Steam now. Like, we don't need to make another Half-Life.
That's crazy.
We can just sell it for a penny.
Yeah, we could just sell little episodes of Half-Life. I don't even know, like, what's the play order for all that stuff?
Fuck if I know, man.
Yeah.
Most of them all happen at the same time, I think.
Oh, okay.
Between, like, the blue shift and, like, the red, all the, like, early ones.
Okay.
I kind of want to play those, though, actually.
I played the first one a bit, like the original Half-Life.
That one's fun.
It was pretty good, what I played. But it was hard. I remember it being a difficult one, but I was also a teenager. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
And sometimes I replay games that I used to think were difficult, and I'm like, now just more used to games, and they're not as much anymore. But
like, man, I was just shit.
Yeah, I was just a kid who wasn't allowed to own video games till I was 15.
Yeah,
that would do it. And the game mechanics were basically adapted from the Kingdom Hearts games to create, if you're not aware, this is a rhythm game that follows the music of Kingdom Hearts. And it's unique in a certain way, I guess, where it's almost like a Kingdom Hearts battle when you're doing it. Anyway, it's strange. We'll get more into it in the gameplay. And apparently this was impacted a lot by the COVID-19 pandemic in terms of voice actor delays or voice actor recording, and that created delays.
Didn't I just have studio equipment? Come on. Losers.
A lot of them probably did, but I don't know. I don't know if it's quite the same gig culture in Japan. I wonder. I don't know the voice actor Japan situation.
Yeah, I'll have to dig into that.
Maybe.
And never report back to you guys.
That's right. The game was built from the ground up and not under the Theater Rhythm naming. And they took a bunch of, they decided on what music to do. Honestly, based on the ones that were, popular in terms of, all the live performance stuff that Kingdom Hearts was doing and touring around. It features over 140 tracks from the series and Disney Worlds. And then it does have I think the title and end tracks were the only new things in there. And I think they were just rearrangements.
Yeah. They don't usually get super creative with these.
And then it was released in November of 2020 on Switch, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. A Japan exclusive bundle included the game with the Kingdom Hearts 3 soundtrack. And and then again it sold, like 20,000 copies each between the Switch or with the Switch and then the PS4. So honestly did not set the world on fire. And oddly enough, they did, as is tradition in the Kingdom Hearts series, they did put some story stuff at the very end of the game.
Yeah, they just can't resist making it like required viewing.
They can't.
You will do the fucking rhythm game. You will. Shit, man. Can we just not have fun? Can it just be fun and no cutscenes and no Kingdom Hearts in it up at the end with like the 10 minutes of cutscenes? Like, this is a fucking rhythm game, man. Like,
yeah.
This is Guitar Hero for like weebs. What are we doing?
Guitar Hero for weebs.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's pretty wild.
Guitar Hero.
Guitar Hero. So, the story of Melody of Memory retells the Dark Seeker saga chronologically, with Kairi as the narrator reflecting on the series events. The way this looks is that you play an area or like a few areas, and they'll come with one or two tracks. And then when you open up the next area, or depending on if you do a track and a certain thing that has like a little video icon next to it, you'll then get a rehashing or a replay of, or at least, if not a, like just a part of the story of one of the main Kingdom Hearts games.
Yeah, and by main we mean any.
Yeah.
Because they're all main.
No, it doesn't have... Oh, it did have Recoded, didn't it?
It did. It had some good tracks from Recoded, too. I was like, man, this...
I don't think it had Kingdom Hearts Key, but maybe I just didn't play any of the Kingdom... I didn't play every track in this game, so...
The path I was kind of going on was like the yellow one until I had enough points to beat the game. And that one was... It might have gone to Key, but it was like... No, I think it was Triple D down in that corner.
Dream Drop Dominance.
Maybe further up it was Key, but I was like, I'm out, man.
So apparently, now we did not play the DLC for Kingdom Hearts 3. But of course, that's a continuation of Kingdom Hearts 3. And it's apparently what is continued on in this one, at least after all the other stuff. After you've gotten the entire recap of all the games. A nice convenient recap where I'm like, can I just record this and just put it as the story section for Kingdom Hearts 3? Like when it got there, I was like, can you guys just cover this? Because you do a pretty good job of just like quickly summon shit together.
Yeah, thank God they didn't get the guy from the FF12 bonus disc.
Oh yeah.
And in this game,
Ansem was
this guy. Ansem had two nobodies and a replicant. And yeah. And a xenomorph. Like, and in this game, it's terrible. Like, did you fucking play these games? That's coming from me, man. I don't pay attention to shit.
Oh man. Sorry. It's late now.
Yes.
It features, let's see. Oh, yeah. So, this is the plot. You ready for this? I did have to watch an explainer video because even though I had played this 2 days ago, I was like, I remember there was Kairi and there was Xehanort and there was a fight and there was Sora like phasing in and out of Kairi. And I don't think I understood it. So I had to watch an explainer video for this. So Kairi, apparently at the end of Remind, she enters into a world from her memories of, like, she's entering a dream world to find Sora. Like everybody in Remind, I guess, is like splitting off to find Sora after he phased away. And she is searching memories, and other people are searching other places.
Like real places.
Yeah. And
Like, why don't we? I'm gonna go look through memories. Like, well, I'm gonna go check Twilight Town. You know, a place that exists.
Yeah. I think.
I think, yeah, if I remember correctly.
And then, of course, she has to confront a memory of Xehanort. And Xehanort reminds Kyrie of a past encounter mentoring a world on the other side.
No, he reminds.
Reminds, yes. Kyrie and Riku are then sent to a final world, meeting a girl's heart from another reality, which is called Quadratum. And then Riku opens a portal to the other reality to search for Sora, while Kyrie resumes Keyblade training under Aqua. So, Kyrie looks for Sora in her memories. She has to confront Xehanort. Sora appears and fights off this version of Xehanort through Kyrie. And then the idea is that when Kyrie comes back to the crew, there's a gap here in the logic and I don't understand it, but because I'm like, okay, now we're Sora. But the Quadratum is they're now looking for him in the fictional realm. So like everything else was real in some way. The memory, the dreams, the data, and then their worlds. But then they're like, what is the opposite of all that? And the opposite of that is fiction. And Quadratum is fiction.
I bet he's in the 100-acre wood getting stoned with Pooh Bear and Tigger.
No. So in Kingdom Hearts 4, it's Sora in this realistic world, which is fiction.
Oh, my God. No.
Yeah. And he's stuck
I did see that.
there.
I did see the picture of the trailer, and I was like, damn, that looks like real.
Yeah. So, and apparently, and this one, someone asked a question about this. I had totally forgotten about it. There's some weird connection going on between Versus 13, that like fake Versus 13 that we saw in the Toy Story world with the video game.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? Okay.
Yes.
I had forgotten about that until like 5 minutes before this review. And so there's some weird connection going on there. Like that might be like some version of Quadratum. Like, and maybe I'm wondering like,
yeah, Quadratum, it's like, it's my game before that fuck ruined it.
yeah, basically Nomura's like, oh, you know what? I'm going to actually make my game. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
I'm going to take all the elements I wanted in there anyway, and I'm going to put it into Kingdom Hearts 4.
Yeah.
So,
and guess what? Guess who still works for Square? Me! Not you!
dude, Hajime Tabata. Oh, I shouldn't say this.
Not you and your stupid fucking mobile games that aren't mobile games anymore.
Hajime Tabata is on Facebook.
Are you serious?
So some of our listeners are friends with him on Facebook. And so I get recommended as a friend to Hajime Tabata
Wow.
for like weeks. I've seen him on there.
Should get him on. Be like, hey, so what happened?
Yeah. I'll send him some Japanese text. I'm sure he gets a bunch of nerds going on there, you know, trying to be his friend. I also have gotten I asked if other people were getting this, and everybody said no, and I'm like, what? No one else is getting, like, there must be someone in my friends list who is connected to some famous people, and I don't know who it is. I have no idea. Because I keep on getting fucking, like, famous people in my you may know this person, like, list, and I'm like...
I definitely don't know.
It almost never says who's connected to them. It doesn't tell me, you know, yada yada, friends in common. I'm like, is this just Facebook trying to get like excitement going, or they find or make celebrity profiles and they just put it on there? I'm like, why the fuck am I being recommended Danny DeVito? This is real, by the way. And I asked, and no one else is getting that.
No,
shit.
yeah.
And I know one guy who's been in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I know this. I know one guy, and I think it may be him. He may be connected. He's been in a bunch of movies and stuff, or in series, but usually as like small bit parts. He's not like known.
Yeah, well, maybe he like meets him and then he adds him, and they're like,
"Oh,
it's
can I
that
add
guy
you on Facebook?"
Yeah, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I met him yesterday," and then they forget about him.
But their privacy settings are they must have a PR person like working for them, making sure everything's like uptight, like nice and tight, and nothing is out of the ordinary. Because it's like, I never see who the friends in common are.
Yeah, that's funny.
And I'm like, I don't fucking know anybody who knows Danny DeVito. I am like,
look, I know Dave Mustaine, and that's it, man.
I'm unaware of anybody who's like friends with Danny DeVito.
Yeah. He consulted me before we kicked Ellefson out of the band.
So that's been wild for me. So yeah, Hajime Tabata is on that list of like,
Wow.
what the fuck? And I'm also friends with, okay, so there's this this actress whose name is escaping me right now, always does when I'm on the mic. But this actress who's in like these 90s Godzilla movies, there's like this one character that's in all of them. It's like this little cute little girl, basically like this teenage girl. And she's in all of them. Her husband added me. I can't remember the circumstances. You would have to listen to the Godzilla podcast from years ago. So I like just get Facebook posts about her husband and her. Oh no, it was like a. I remember what it was. It was like a blah blah blah. This actress or this person appreciation page, and it was just like a Facebook fan group or something. Mm-hmm. I was just on there, and I just added it like as a group to follow because it was like it just had interesting posts that were like Godzilla related, and then this guy randomly added me, and I'm like, who the hell is this guy? And I click on his thing, and it's her fucking husband, and I'm like, okay, what the hell? This guy is like her PR person, as far as I can tell. He's just married to her, and he controls all of her fan stuff. And that I get posts about their lives sometimes that I'm like, and of course I have to press translate to English or whatever. So it's all messy, but like, that's another weird one. Those are the times when I don't want to get off Facebook.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm going in these weird rabbit holes. Like some of the Facebook groups, like, oh shit, there's an S, better add an apostrophe. Like that's my favorite. Yeah. That's my favorite Facebook group ever. There's just signs. There's like trouble with the kerning or something like that, where they just find badly written signs and copy and stuff.
Aren't you friends with like the paperback whatever one too? Don't you follow that one?
The paperback
classics or whatever it is. It's like the joke paperback books.
Oh, I don't know.
That one's. I don't know what am with that either, but I get them all the time. They're fucking hilarious.
I used to I followed them on Twitter before I got rid of my Twitter, and then I followed them on Instagram before I got rid of my Instagram.
Oh, okay.
But I do love those things. The paperback paradise is
they're fucking
amazing,
funny, dude. Some of those are like outrageous, but yeah, I don't get that. Yeah, it must be Antonio. I bet it's Antonio.
I don't think it's Antonio.
He knows a lot of fucking people. He's my Kevin Bacon thing, man. I'm like close.
Yeah, Antonio's been in a lot of bit parts on a lot of things.
I've been in 2 movies.
And then
I got a Kevin Bacon score the size of like fucking Kevin Bacon's son.
I mean, I know Monica, and Monica has the same manager as some famous people.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, okay, maybe but she's never like on Facebook. It's not like she's on there very often. And then I have met and might be friends with, or I at least am friends with of a guy named Frank Dietz, who has directed a Creep Show episode and has done a bunch of like monster movie stuff. He's just a monster movie guy that's been at these film fests that I go to all the time. He hangs out at a lot of them. And sometimes they'll have him speak. And he's a cool guy. But I don't really know him, and I don't think I'm Facebook friends with him.
Oh, what about like, you got like Orson Scott Card's brother? It's like your fucking film guy.
Oh, yeah. Orson Scott Card's brother.
Isn't he like your film teacher?
Card he was my sound design teacher.
Okay.
In college. But am I still friends with that guy on Facebook? Is he still on Facebook? He used to be. He's one of those teachers that would post a lot of political posts.
Oh, really?
Like a lot. Like an obnoxious amount. And it was funny. I won't say which one's on the right, which one's on the left. But I had one teacher who was like the guy who used to work on Malcolm in the Middle, who was he was like a gaffer or something on Malcolm in the Middle. And he would do political posts all day, and then Alan Card would also do political posts on both their Facebook posts. And it was funny because one of them was really on the left, and the other one was really on the right.
Orson Scott Card strikes me as a right-wing guy, but
Orson Scott Card is a Democrat.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
So-
I don't like.
I'm throwing a wrench in there, by the way.
Yeah, and then you don't know.
Yeah, then who knows?
I don't know. I know a lot of
Is
brothers.
his brother a really right-wing guy?
I know a lot of brothers that's.
Or is he even more
way.
left-wing than his brother? Because honestly, Orson Scott Card said he's like a 1970s Democrat.
Oh.
He's like, I'm a Democrat, but I hate them gays. It's basically
Wow.
that's my impression of Orson Scott Card. But
Yeah,
no, I don't actually know that. I did
man.
read that once about his politics. He says, I'm basically a 1970s Democrat. I don't really like the party now. And he said that in like 08. Like,
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
He probably fucking hates it now.
yeah, I have no idea what he thinks now.
What is this?
Oh, no, I remember his brother saying, he's in Paris most of the time. Like, he's in there with, like, someone I think was talking about Orson Scott Card without saying Orson Scott Card's name. And Arlen was basically just like, oh, yeah, he's just out in Europe, He's not here that often, like, basically. And then I realized he was talking about his brother, which he never talked about his brother.
Yeah. That's kind of cool, though.
Yeah.
I've never read a single one of his books, but
Oh, I mean, Ender's Game is great.
yeah, that's what I hear.
Yeah. I made it halfway through Speaker of the Dead, but anyway, that has nothing to. I don't know how the fuck we got here, but
I don't know.
Kingdom Hearts.
Hearts 3 has a social media thing. We forgot to mention that, and how it like angered me to no end. I'm like, they never should have given this man a cell
Who gave
phone.
Sora a phone?
Yeah. I know who it was.
How does it work? Do you have to get a new SIM card in every single fucking world you go to,
Yeah, you get
or
like a
do you
gummy
does
SIM?
it only work in Traverse Town
Yeah. Yeah, explain that, fuckers.
when you're cooking?
Explain that. Yeah, man, no one should have ever given Nomura a cell phone. Cell phones are bad for his brain, all right?
Bad for his brand.
They're really, yeah. Like, Vincent pulling out a phone in Advent Children, like, unacceptable, dude. Unacceptable.
Super lame.
Yeah, and, like, God, the cell phone, it, like, messed that man up.
There is a cell phone obsession in that movie.
Yeah, I know. Like, and then you get a gummy fucking phone. I'm like, oh, great. Now these idiots are going to call me. Oh, can't wait for those conversations.
I can't hear you. Speak clearer, Donald.
Yeah, sorry, you're going to have to take the cock out of your fucking bill because I can't hear a word you're saying. And it sounds like you're about to fucking collapse.
Wow. I mean, this game is just a setup for Kingdom Hearts 4.
Yeah, pretty much.
There's not much to the story.
It seems like Kingdom Hearts 4 is taking a Lightning Returns kind of path. If it is our world.
So everybody's going to be searching for Sora instead of Sora searching for his friends. That's what it seems like the reverse is. Maybe Okay. I hope that's the whole game. But if not, then it's just like the beginning of the game where they have to find Sora. And then the rest of the game becomes Sora. Could be like a Roxas situation where like the first 4 hours of Kingdom Hearts 2 is a Roxas.
How crazy would it be if it is like Sora's the king or Sora's like the prince and then like the king dies and then Sora goes on this big adventure and the fucking Leviathan fight is like it's supposed to be. You're like, what the fuck? That'd be crazy.
That would be really... God, self-destructive for Square Enix to approve.
You're like, wait, what? Yeah, it's like halfway cooked, and he's like revealing his grand plan. Like, it was me all along. I'm taking my fucking game.
I'm taking my
back.
game back. You know how long I fucking spent on that game?
Yeah. And then it's like, oh, he's not doing anything. Man. Because I've got 2 fucking games to do. And one of them's got a stupid name, and one of them's Kingdom Hearts 3. And so you cut me out of the one, you give it to that asshole, he fucking ruins it, and then you give it back.
I don't
think take it back. I don't think he ruined it. That's his best game. I mean, it's a low bar. But it's a lot better than all of his other games.
He tried. Gave it a good go. I liked 15 a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Crisis Core isn't that bad. It's definitely the second best game he's made.
I think Crisis Core has aged poorly.
Yeah, the longer I get away from it, the more I'm like, ooh. But like compared to like freaking Parasite Eve 3.
But I also enjoyed
Zero.
Honestly, I've enjoyed all of his games except for Type 0
Yeah.
that I've played.
I mean, they're fun. Yeah, Type 0, it's kind of not fun.
They do
but-
have elements there's definitely elements of his games. They're all mission based.
Yeah.
Check off the list.
Yeah.
Check marks.
Yeah, a lot of like, which you think you would like, but no. It's like, dude, this is like a fucking.
Not when it's like.
I'm like activating missions from a cell phone in this motherfucker. Are you kidding me?
I think the problem with me and check marks is like, I will do everything to get the check mark checked, and it's not about the journey at that point. It's about the fucking check mark.
Yeah.
It's just a problem in my life. Note that we've been playing 3 hours at a day of fucking Kingdom Hearts to beat all these games on time.
I wish.
Yeah, I mean, if you had just done 3.
If I would have done it on easy beginner mode, I would have probably done it. We got to tally that up. Now you got to find your times and see how much
Dude, I don't want
longer.
to fucking scroll back in our cell phone conversation to see what
Don't
the
worry, I'll
times
do it on
were.
my 4-hour drive back.
Ugh.
I'll look at my phone.
Yeah, that'll be great. While you're in Beaver at 12,000 feet.
Just checking.
Yeah, going through a mountain pass with snow on it or whatever. So anyway, there's not much to the story.
No, not really.
There's not much to say there. So like really the big part is the gameplay. So let's get to that. This is a rhythm game in which if you hit the button on time, you're golden. If you don't hit the button on time, you lose some points. And if you do that too much, you lose. There are basically it's Sora, Donald, Goofy most of the time, but sometimes you get some Disney characters that'll swap in there.
Yeah.
And you have worlds in the story part of the game. You have worlds that you're going to, and you have tracks that you're clicking on. You're playing through the tracks for the first time, and then each of these tracks has like goals with like how many points you get, or if you don't fuck up, you get another star or whatever. And then you get the stars, and then you have a certain amount of stars with however many worlds you went into. It's usually all connected to a single game, and you're getting a review of that game as you're going through. And then you can open up another world, and the same thing will happen. Until, of course, you've gotten a review of the whole series, and then you get a weird cutscene at the end that makes no sense because you didn't play Remind.
Damn straight.
And
like a good American.
That's right. And then you have to watch a YouTube video explaining the game that only had 5 minutes of cutscenes in it.
Too stupid for this game. Explain.
Explain it to me, please, British man.
In the simplest English possible.
Oh, my God. And that was actually really helpful that I watched that. And then in the actual tracks themselves, yeah, it's a rhythm game. You know, you would normally have like a light or something come in and you have to press a certain button. Basically in this, just kind of like in the theater rhythm game that came after it, the final bar line, you have your attack button can be one of 3 buttons on your controller. And usually, like for me, it was X, and then you have R1 and L1, and they're each representing the 3 characters on screen, but it doesn't really matter which one you hit, unless you have to hit all 3 at once, which does happen quite often. And instead of like, you know, like a green dot or a red dot or something, it's actually an enemy from the game that's coming towards you on the screen. And then Sora or Donald or Goofy are going up, and they are striking when you hit it on whatever the beat is or the rhythm. For the game. And like most of them are just regular attack hits on the beat, and it has like a reticle that'll like give you like, now's the time to hit it, now's the time to hit it, kind of a thing. Just a circle that like gets smaller until it hits the beat. You have some where you can like do like you have to do a jump and then a hit, and that's also kind of on the beat, like on the 8th notes, I would say. Yeah. And then you have one where Sora's doing his floaty Superman slide thing, and you get to hit a bunch of notes in a row on like the slide, while sometimes enemies are flying past you and you're also still having to hit with the other triggers.
Yeah, it can kind of be a lot, and I played like the first section on easy, and then I moved to normal. And sometimes it's kind of a lot going on, and like it's I'm gonna say not as good as Final Bar Line or any of the other Theater Rhythm games. I like the side scroll version of it because then I could fucking see what's happening. The problem with this one is like you got shit coming at you. You got him doing all those.
It's like Guitar
moves.
Hero, where it's like coming at you from like the horizon.
It's like Guitar Hero if there was like a bunch of shit happening all over the place.
There's a lot of visual stuff to distract you away from actually being able to hear notes. So I can see that being a problem if it was like a bunch of stuff on screen. I tried one on expert mode, and to me, it wasn't so much that there was a ton more notes or anything. It's just that you do have an HP bar. And if you miss something, you get attacked by an enemy. And I just died, like fast, basically on expert by missing just a few notes. So to me, that was the difference when I tried that.
Yeah, I never did expert. I only did normal. I was like, I'm not gonna fucking kill myself.
Might be just like a more consequential version of normal, but I could be wrong. I didn't play enough of it to obviously find out. I just tried to beat this game in like a sitting, but it turned into 2, which was disappointing.
Disgusting.
I beat this game in 5 hours and 47 minutes.
Yeah, I beat it in 5:51. Shouldn't have retried.
You will never beat a Kingdom Hearts faster than me. Ever.
True. I never have. Not a one.
Not one. Damn, it's too late now.
Yeah.
You would have to replay them.
Replay.
Yeah, replay.
Not gonna happen.
So anyway, yeah, it's just a rhythm game with Kingdom Hearts music. A lot of great score that's coming from all the Kingdom Hearts games, and a whole bunch of stuff just to be reminded of. Yeah,
and it's like, you know, going through it again, you're like, man, this is pretty good soundtrack on these games. You know, like there's a lot of the ones that we like roll our eyes at, and it's like Agrabah just makes me like have my death shit. Like my asshole just opens up and I'm like, oh, I just die. You know, because I'm like, how many fucking times do I have to hear doodle-doodle-doodle?
I mean, honestly, after I played it on here, I went, that's the last time I have to play that.
Yeah.
I have to hear that.
Never hear Agrabah again.
Never have to hear Agrabah again.
If you ever hear it like in the movie, just throw like a chair at the TV.
Ding, 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 ding. Pretty sure it's not in the movie.
It's not.
Pretty sure.
And the soundtrack of that movie is actually fucking awesome.
No, it's amazing.
Yeah, there was that. It does, and here's something that did happen to me. I was like, man, this really shows how much better Nobuo Uematsu is. And I do think he is a lot better. But then I also realized, well, he gets to just make music, and she has to fucking make Disney music. So it's a little unfair to be like, oh, he's way better. It's like, yeah, well, fuck, I can't do anything in these games. I have like 3 tracks that I can make, and the rest of it has to be like my version of this song. And that's it.
Yeah, so
he's good, but she's really good too. And
I think some of that's just the use, and I don't know who's in charge of this. Nobuo Uematsu usually has to make like a gazillion tracks for each game. They have reused area tracks, and then the battle tracks for those areas.
That's true. They would never do that in fucking Final
Fantasy. Yeah, they're all like, new shit.
That is like unacceptable. It's like a sin.
I would say it's like 2 full games worth of music in all the Kingdom Hearts games.
Yeah,
because there was the first one, which has the lion's share of the music, and then the other ones are like little remixes on those songs.
Yeah,
and then some new areas. So it's not the same amount of music.
It's not fair, yeah.
I don't think it's
But
fair.
like when I was going through the Final Bar Line, dude, I was like, fuck, this is so awesome. That's why I did everything in that game. I 100%ed that fucking thing.
Yeah, that was a nice Member Berries game. That was so nice because I was like, fuck, dude, I never wanted to see a Final Fantasy again with this show. And going through them and just realizing how many junk Final Fantasies there were. Especially we started with all the main games, so it was like you got cream of the crop right at the beginning.
Yeah.
And then we have been for years just kind of like going like, tell me this one will be a good one. And sometimes it is, and a lot of times it isn't. Or it's just a mediocre one that you're like, that was, I'll remember that for a week. And then you kind of move on.
Yeah, we've had very, 7 remake.
But man, when I played that Theater Rhythm,
yeah,
I was like, fuck, dude. all of a sudden I wanted to play the whole series again.
Yeah, and you're like, I
It's
remember.
like, what is wrong with me?
Like, I remember now. I remember. Yeah, so like that was like a real fucking treat.
Yeah.
At the end, and this is kind of a nice way to send off the series. Also, I
so.
think it's like just it's the same thing that happened with the final bar line for the timing for us. It's like, remember how awesome these fucking soundtracks are, and it's like I actually do.
Yeah.
I do remember.
Yeah,
It's
and
fucking
soundtracks
sweet.
are good. I rank Yoko as my second favorite composer, probably. Sometimes she's my favorite.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I'm listening to the 15 soundtrack and I'm like, this is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
So
I think her highs are way high,
yeah,
but I don't know. I mean, my favorite tracks in the whole series, they're Naboo tracks. For sure. It's like Xanarkand, Cosmo Canyon, Terra's theme. I think those are like the three best pieces of music in the whole series. And then there's some 15 ones that are pretty high up there. Like then like it's just because I like big music. Like
Sure.
Classical music, honestly, if I wasn't so into metal, that's probably what I would listen to. But like I don't know how, like, so when am I gonna buy like a fucking, it's like I need like someone needs to make a CD that's like big, loud, classical hits.
I mean, there's like, there's the Planets. Carl Orff, I think, is the guy. Those are big. You've heard them in movies and stuff because they're big, famous, like bombastic, kind of.
I guess I could buy the 2001
classical
soundtrack,
stuff.
and that would be like good.
That's a good place to start.
Or the Fantasia. Fuck.
And then, I mean, Wagner's music is famously huge, right? And a lot of people will look at him as like his music is like the start of metal. Then everybody has to mention he was a giant anti-Semite.
Yeah. True.
True. And
look, man, they didn't just win Best Dressed.
And Hitler really liked Wagner.
Yeah.
So every time you're like, I love Wagner, you're like, everybody's like, oh, so you love Adolf Hitler?
Yeah.
Or so you are Adolf Hitler?
Don't you hate that?
No, I like Ride of the Valkyries. I think it's cool.
I've started to worry that like I start to do that because it's like the people that like are tearing down like statues of like, you know, George Washington. They're like, oh, he had slaves. And it's like, yeah, but he ain't famous for the slaves, you fucking moron. But like we do that all the time with people we don't like. It's like, oh, well, he did this. And so anytime someone does
you throw the baby out.
Yeah, and anytime someone does that,
you're like,
I'm
you know what?
Dude, shut
you know
the fuck
what? Hitler
up.
was a horrible guy, but man, he had great taste in music.
Yeah. God damn, he knew how to jam.
That was a joke. That
and
was
his art.
That was a joke.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Hot dog. He's got a good tune, some good tunes. Best Dressed of the War and Best Soundtrack. Guy should have got an Oscar.
Do you think the Germans got Best Dressed?
Oh yeah. Red
They
and
did.
Black is it looks good.
I mean, it's powerful.
It's a fucking strong combo.
God, this is awful. We're recording this for public use.
Yeah.
Hey, we're joking.
Yeah.
It's a 1 a.m. stupid conversation.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
But yeah, seriously though.
No, Wagner is a big one. Honestly, a lot of stuff from Beethoven, like there's just big stuff all over the place.
Yeah.
Like they obviously were commissioned to do all sorts of stuff.
And I love like fucking
But
like the Lord of the Rings soundtrack.
Howard
That one's-
Shore?
Yeah, that one's amazing.
the other great Howard Shore soundtrack is Silence of the Lambs.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good soundtrack. It's
That
not
one.
as obviously it's not like a big epic score, but it's an amazing score.
Conan the Barbarian is fucking
Yeah.
crazy.
Conan the
good.
Barbarian is one of the best. The soundtrack is 12,000 times better than the movie that it's on. That's what's insane about that. Is like the soundtrack is one of the greatest soundtracks of all time. The movie, although I love it,
Yeah, it's got some problems.
it's not.
I think you're right. Like the first 20 minutes.
First 30 minutes up until right after the witch scene. Like that when he goes to the town for the first time and punches the camel, that's when the movie is kind of like it's getting a little bit like silly and hammy, and then it's kind of up and down from there. Like
Who do you
there's
think?
still great parts.
Who do you think
But
fucked it
that
up?
first 30 minutes,
Yeah, it's amazing.
Perfect.
Yeah,
it's perfect.
like everything. It looks fucking crazy good. Like when
looks
he's on the
amazing.
mountain with
It's
young Conan.
emotionally powerful. It's like got this amazing, epic, almost like storyteller vibe to it.
Yeah.
And then the witch is super sexy and scary. And then it gets like, then he's on the adventure. And then it's, up and down from there. There's still great parts.
Oh, yeah. Like the fucking ambush at the end. That's crazy.
I like the part where he's like, I can't, he won't cry, so I cry for him. That's my, I love that so much.
Yeah.
I cry for him.
The fucking, yeah. Who do you think ruined that thing? Do you think it was,
Oh, which of the two insane writers who was on it? I don't know.
Fucked it up. We got to find out.
John Milius or
the other really Oliver Stone.
Oliver Stone, thank you.
Yeah.
John Milius or Oliver Stone. So Oliver Stone was the original writer.
Oh, was he really?
Yeah, and then John Milius was the rewriter.
Ooh.
I don't know. Cuz I think Oliver Stone made a version that was like unfilmable. It was like too much of the fantasy shit, like it was all in there. They are the most insane people most insane famous Hollywood directors.
Like polar opposite.
They're polar opposite politically too. Like you could not at the time, because Oliver Stone has gotten more and more right wing as he's gotten older.
Yeah.
But at the time, he's still like anti-establishment, anti all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the time he was kind of like the left-wing guy, and then John Milius was the right-wing guy.
Yeah, John Milius is like crazy, dude.
Yeah. And they're both insane. It's not one of them is insane. They're both crazy. Listen to an interview with both of them at some point. Just like, oh my God. So, the most insane people write an insane movie. That's what you get with Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah, it's too bad. Because I do love that movie, but
I love that movie too.
it's definitely, it could be perfect. It's not quite. But yeah.
I don't know.
The amazing soundtrack, though. Like, holy fuck. Like, that main theme.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking sweet. But dude, I'm gonna make yeah, I swear to God, I'm gonna make a Conan bathroom, and like when you sit down, I'm gonna have like a little pressure thing that goes off, and it's the fucking narrator guy. It's like, this is a tale of high adventure. And then, just down there like taking a shit. It's fucking like,
it's so
loving
good.
it.
It's so good. I've just listened to the music on its own so many times.
Yeah.
It just takes you on a ride. But anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, another diatribe.
Yeah, where's our Conan rhythm game, bro?
Dude, we should. Honestly, that'd be pretty great.
Yeah. Yeah, we got to get like famous soundtracks, the rhythm game.
Let's get Indies Zero on it.
Yeah. Like, how many rights do you guys need? How many rights are you guys willing to buy? How about everything?
Anyway, I like the game is fun though. Like,
yeah,
I will say, don't play it for more than 20 minutes at a time. This is not a game that you should chunk into a 5-hour playthrough.
No,
you should definitely because here's the deal. I was playing this thing and I noticed something. I played it for a long time. Then I looked away for a second and I saw the whole room just float upward in my vision, as if it was one of the many notes floating towards me or away from me. Weird. It would did the opposite, because the notes float towards you, but then my vision, everything was going up, and I'm like, however my eyes were focusing on this thing was not healthy for me.
Yeah.
I could tell. Because my eyes are just they're my wide open. And I'm looking at one part of that screen the whole time. There's no darting around or anything.
Yeah.
And I'm doing the rhythm thing. So, and
that's true.
Honestly had the same or similar kind of fatigue. It wasn't as visually disturbing, but I kind of had the same fatigue on the theater rhythm game, where it was just okay, that's a lot of that. I don't need so much of that. Mostly just the big screen version. I guess it wasn't as bad when it was on the little screen, but
yeah. I didn't have that problem. I mean, these last two Kingdom Hearts games, man, they just got you look at it and you're just what? What's the ship doing? What's it? What?
You just can't see.
Yeah, I'm am I going blind? Have I masturbated too many times now? I just fucking can't see anything anymore.
Yeah, it's weird. All my hair went from my from the top of my head to my palms.
Now I'm going blind. Fuck, it's all true. I thought it was a joke.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know.
So it's fun, but yeah, it's the thing is, it just is. It is slightly paling in comparison to Final Bar Line.
Yeah,
and the music, there's not as much there. Like it is just all the Kingdom Hearts areas.
Yeah, because it's just her work on this.
If
it was like games. Yoko Shimomura Final Bar Line,
yeah,
that'd be sweet.
That would be nice. You'd get some mana in there. You'd get this. You'd get Final Fantasy 15.
Get that Parasite Eve.
You get Parasite Eve.
Station porno soundtrack.
Yeah, that would be, there'd be a lot more variety in that kind of thing. But it was fun. I don't think this game came out with a full price tag. It was probably a $40 game.
Yeah, it's worth that. I probably spent like 20 or something.
I think it's probably worth 20. But
I think it's worth it on the Switch too. It's like the perfect Switch game. And I'm glad I bought it on the Switch because I would not have had time to play this on the PlayStation. But it's just, it's like perfect little like play for, do like 2 or 3 worlds, play for 20 minutes, and then put it away. And I wish I could have played it like that. But instead it's like pound.
And this game was super short, so there's not that much to say about it. Look at the game; it's like cartoony. It just looks like Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
You were saying in the car as we were coming here earlier, you were like, best gummy ship in the series, and I'm like, fuck yeah, it was.
Yeah, it's just a ship. Here, think about this. It's just a ship that you take to get from point A to point B. It's like a car, like it's a vehicle for transportation instead of fucking for mini game. It was beautiful. Like I just got on the ship, I like putted along, got to the next world, and then I got off the ship. Mm-hmm. It's like, I made the joke. It's like my car, I get in my car and I go, and then I get out of my car and I'm done. It's not like some fucking mini game. I don't go to fill up and I gotta like fight the fucking pump, I
don't have to. I mean, I liked yours earlier where it was I don't have to fight the FedEx boss, and he's just throwing packages at you and shit.
Yeah, the semi-truck boss fight. It's like, that was brutal, dude. I almost didn't make it out of there.
Man, fuck. Man, it's brutal getting to Denver these days.
Yeah, fucking semi-truck army out there, dude. They do not like cars.
I thought it was bad enough when they're trying to pass each other on a 2-lane highway. Fucking. By the way, if you're a truck driver out there, please stop doing that.
Unless you're
you guys
hauling ass.
Never pass the other truck. I know the most you guys get ahead of someone else is like 5 minutes. Please just stop passing the other semi who's going kind of the same speed you are, but maybe a little slower for 5 seconds. And you just have to pass them.
Yeah,
you create. Because the other guy never slows down. The other guy's like, fuck you.
It's
I
like,
can see
you're
it.
going to pass me?
Dude, I see the drama every time I drive down home because it's fucking 2.5 hours on a 2-lane freeway, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm always behind. And I don't even speed, dude. I don't. I go the speed limit most of the time. I'm a little bitch. I stay in the right-hand side.
Isn't it like 80? It's pretty fucking
80.
fast.
It's pretty fucking, which is also why I do it. And honestly, since I had gotten that wreck and since like the tow truck driver's like, back when they only had 60 mile an hour, this would never happen. But now there's just ice out there and people fucking die. And I'm like, okay. Good warning not to go more than 80 miles an hour, especially in winter. Especially out here. But, because I care about my life more than I care about getting somewhere 15 minutes faster. But
it's like barely faster.
Yeah. And I love it when someone like fucking hauls ass and then you see him at the same gas station you're at. And I'm like, what was the fucking point, dude? Did you have to shit? Like, I hope that's why.
Yeah.
But anyway, and I stay in the right. I don't like hang out in the left-hand lane. Like and I'm going, the speed limit or under. I don't do that. I know that's wrong, but like you need to let people pass on the faster lane. But these fucking semi truck drivers, dude, they're always having a war with each other, and all of us are the victims behind them. Like
great semi truck war,
the great semi truck race, where they like, their engines are capped at a certain amount, like they can't go past.
Yeah.
So they're always racing each other on the flats and the downhills. And then, of course, there's a fucking hill. And that's when everybody has to slow down behind these two motherfuckers
Yeah.
because the guy couldn't get in front of the other fucking semi in time.
Yeah, dude.
And the other semi is not letting him through because he's like, why are you passing me? This is stupid, which it is. Anyway, God, stop.
And it just bottlenecks everything.
Just tap your brakes a little bit. I don't know what you have to do actually for that, like hand crank and whatever you do to slightly slow down a semi truck, and just give them some breath before and enjoy the ride, guys. Like,
It's
come on.
that makes me crazy when like even if it's just normal cars and they're hanging out in the left lane and like you see freedom, like you can see it's just an open, beautiful road in front of them.
They've like clicked the cruise control
get out of the
and they
fucking
haven't
way.
moved.
Yeah, and I'm like,
And it's like,
dude,
look,
you're
man,
going like
you got to either slow down and then realize you're going the same speed as the fucking car you're trying to pass.
yeah.
And so you got to give him some room behind him, or you have to fucking hit that gas, get in front of him, and then get the fuck out of the way.
Yeah. I like to like slowly. Sometimes I'll be a douche and I'll like speed up when I'm in the second lane, and then I'll make them go like fucking crazy fast to pass me because it's like you're in the fast lane already, but I don't know why you have to pass me. Like no one else is in front of you. It's not like you got to get out of the speed lane. And I'll be going like 90, and they're just fucking. They like fly past me. And I'm like, it's like God. It's just like this need. You like see the other guy, and you're like, I must dominate. I must pass. I must. You're like, dude, we're going fucking fast right now. Like,
I have, however, been in positions where I am passing someone and I'm going really fast, and then someone else is, I guess, thinking they're on the Formula One racetrack, and they get right behind me and they start like flashing their brights and honking their horns. Like, I swear to God, I was here 1 second to pass this guy, and I'm going way faster than everybody here except for you.
yeah.
So there is a middle ground. I think there's there is the guy going 110 on the freeway and is like, get out of my way. Why are you in the left-hand lane?
Yeah. Don't you know this is the double speed limit lane?
Yeah.
When I hit something, I want to disintegrate, boy.
Man, I get so cynical about things. I'm just like, well, he's probably going to die on the road before I will, so
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Godspeed.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck, dude, I'm going like 85. How much faster do you need? Like, fuck, I'm scared.
Yeah. If I hit a bump, it's terrifying. If a fucking deer darts out in front of me, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I don't have enough time to react. That deer is fucking going to disintegrate, and I will probably wreck this car. Like,
Yeah. Dude, it's scary when I'm leaving work and I like am getting dude, cruise control is like a nightmare sometimes. Like I hit the like cruise and I've like got it up to 60 and then I like let go and then I go up a hill and it's like it fucking hammers it and I'm like fucking getting air and I'm like whoa I gotta like fucking smack that brake because I'm like flying, dude. It like scares the shit out of me, and it happens like every once in a while around this one turn. Like I don't know why I hit it at the wrong time and it just fucking punches that fucking gas, dude. And it scares the shit out of me. It's like, this fucking car's gonna kill me.
and honestly, some of it's just my car right now. Like, my car's handling is not great. I've always been like, I can drive in the snow, I can drive in the rain, I'm just fine. Like, I know how to handle it. And I didn't ever really have hydroplaning issues. And then I have this fucking Chevy Malibu, and it's like, if I see a fucking speck of rain on the window, I'm like, I'm not leaving the house, guys. You're on your own. I'm staying here.
Damn.
It's so fucking bad. And I told my girlfriend that for like months. I'm like, this thing horrible. Like, do not drive this thing in the canyon when it's raining. Do not. It is the most terrifying thing on the fucking planet. And then, of course, the one time there was snowing lightly last weekend in Lehigh, and there was some sliding that we did, and then she was like scared. She didn't want to drive, and I'm like, I fucking told you. I told you.
Yeah.
Told you this car is fucking terrifying in the snow. Like, just don't.
It's not. Is it like, what is it like? Front wheel
It's doing
drive or
its
something?
anti-lock brake things where it's like
oh, so it's like fucking you over.
it's like, yeah, so it's trying to fix things, but at the same time it's just handling is really, it's just bad. It'll slide a lot, and I've gotten new tires for it, and that didn't change a fucking thing.
Damn.
And I think, and I don't know, like honestly, I don't know. Is it for the front wheel drive or the rear wheel drive? Whichever one is the one that sucks in that weather is the one I got. So
It's rear.
it's rear wheel. Okay, that's
It's
what
like
it is then.
bad.
Like, why do they even make cars like this in the United States?
They're normally like sports cars a lot of times. So like, I don't know why the Malibu would be a fucking. That's like
It's
just regular car.
It's just, yeah, it's like regular car. It's like slightly up from their like worst car.
Yeah.
So
I don't know why they do it.
yeah, it's so like, where is this only for Southern California? Because everywhere else rains.
Yeah. Yeah, where are these people living where this
It
car
snows
is safe?
in Nevada. I like.
Yeah.
Okay, so this car is only for Vegas and Los Angeles. That's it. You can't go more north than that, or really more southeast than that. You're kind of there. Mexico, I guess, maybe.
Yeah.
Like, the rain amount is too much in anywhere else for that fucking car to be like, okay, most days.
Yeah.
I have to check the weather before I drive somewhere long. I have to. I'm like, what is Beaver like? Because Beaver is the big town that we have to pass through on I-15.
It's a nightmare over there,
And
dude.
it's so high up.
That fucking hill. Yeah, that
It's
hill
so,
will stop you.
if there's snow, Beaver's got it. Like, basically, if there's snow, if there's rain, Beaver's drenched. Your Beaver... you know, you get into Beaver and you're trying to get some beaver taco, but you're fucking drenched as soon as you touch Beaver.
Yeah. You just blow all your liquids when the instant you touch that beaver.
Touch that wet Beaver, dude.
Yeah.
It's fucking fucked up, dude.
Yeah. Once you go down to that beaver, you don't ever come back.
Getting that Beaver, get that Beaver taco, which I love that there's a fucking place there called Beaver Taco.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
I just think it's funny that they have the I Heart Beaver everywhere. It's like, man, they love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I mean, I get it.
Well, and how many of the, like 90% of the residents are Mormon over there? So I'm like, what's the percentage of people getting the joke?
Yeah, I don't know. Probably not that high. Some of them
Right?
probably know. Yeah, but a bunch of them probably don't know.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I love it too. Yeah.
All right. So this game, we do have one review. Thank you for sending this in. I know you didn't get much in terms of warning here, but SB Brown says, Melody of Memory. Not much to say about this one. If you like music games or want something on your Switch, it's great. Being able to play as different teams of characters was cool. You got tons of music to play around with. Only gripe is holding the single essential story cutscene to the end of the game.
Well, the game's like 5 hours.
I know, it's not even that long.
Spare a moment.
Tried this out on PS Plus for free. Had a good couple of hours with it, but never finished it. Ended up just YouTubing the actual story bits. Yeah, that's fair. I think that's a fair assessment. But yeah, it's just kind of a fun game.
Yeah, I definitely think the visuals are a little more nauseating and not as good as Final Barline.
It's busier.
Yeah, or even the other theater rhythms. Like, they were all kind of side. And you had similar things going on. You'd have, like, attacking, and you'd be killing enemies, and you'd have the missions and stuff, and it'd be, like, kill 30 enemies or 50 enemies or whatever, and, like, you could customize your team. And in this one, you can customize your team, too, but I never did. I just left it alone because it wasn't the same kind of game. But, yeah, on the lower end of theater rhythms, but it was still a good time. And I like having this as the end cap for the series, too. It's like a nice little recap of the whole thing.
Yeah, we got good timing on going through the Kingdom Hearts games.
Yeah. Yeah, no kidding.
And then it did tie a nice bow.
Yeah, it was good. And it just pulls it back around to like, yeah, you know, as much bitching as I do about Kingdom Hearts, like, good music.
Yep, good music.
So,
all right, well, let's have just a bit of a discussion about the legacy of, I guess, Kingdom Hearts as a whole, and maybe this game, and then we'll do our rankings and kind of review the series.
all right.
So, Melody of Memory, I don't think anybody ever talks about. I do see it at Walmart for not very much money. It didn't make that much in sales, and I don't think it's gonna stand the test of time. It's that popular of a game. However, like, I don't think anybody really they can't have that much bad to say about it. I think it got some decent reviews in terms of it just being like a fun little time waster kind of game.
Yeah.
And of course, Yoko Shimomura's music is very beloved around the world, and they even have like the live concerts that Distant Worlds does. They do it for Kingdom Hearts games as well. So they got at least enough of a fan base to, sustain that. But yeah, there was a question that someone asked that you wanted to answer on this. Do you remember what it was?
I think it might have just been that short little review was the only thing I saw.
Short little review.
Yeah, I think you...
This one?
No, go to the bottom or somewhere near the bottom, and there was a guy who...
This is the bottom.
Who had like a little mini review attached to their Kingdom Hearts 3 review. That was a
No.
review.
I read that one. There was a question someone asked.
I don't remember that.
Uh-oh. I'm sorry.
Well, I can talk for a minute if you want to look. Yeah, I kind of agree. I don't think this one's going to be as memorable because, like, Final Bar Line, like, that was something the community was into, Our Discord, there was a bunch of people playing it. I played it with multiple listeners. I played it with other hosts of the other Final Fantasy podcasts, who I will not name nor listen to. And, it was kind of cool. It was like a big thing. And I wish we would have been able to play this one together. I mean, we could have cracked open the PS5, I guess.
Yeah, you could have gotten my drift controller for the controller number 2. I had the same thought, and then I was like, fuck, my drift controller.
Yeah, because like we've kind of made a point to just face off in some of these, and it's been fun. But yeah, this one didn't really make as much of a splash, I wasn't, interested in people playing it, like, because no one really was talking about it. And again, that could be Final Fantasy is just so much bigger than Kingdom Hearts, but also the nature of the soundtracks. Like the Final Fantasy one just has so much more to offer. So,
all right. So I think the question was, gosh, I really think this. Yeah, I think it was from SB Brown 1 again. Are you excited or apathetic for Kingdom Hearts 4?
Oh, is that the one we were going to do?
I think that's the one we were going to wait on. The other one that was kind of about the series as a whole that we could poke on this one was like, which game was the most fun? And that was from Epic Mediocrity. I can't find the one. Gosh, I feel like there was like one that you were like, let's wait on that one for the next one. And then I didn't like mark it or anything. But anyway, sorry. We'll answer those ones, though. Which game was the most fun, I think, is a good one to start with. In Kingdom Hearts as a whole.
It's hard because Kingdom Hearts 3 was really fun. But I do think the leveling, like the back-end system in Triple D was probably the most fun. I think and that was the game where I had that feeling of like, man, I kind of want to play it again. Now that I understand the combat, and it's like, I feel like I could play this on like super hard difficulty. What was I doing?
You were sipping on my cord.
Oh, sorry.
I couldn't move my mic.
I feel like I could play it on like a super hard difficulty and you could get away with it because of how exploitable it is. And like I kind of like that about these games. Like there's always a way to exploit the shit out of it. And I love exploitation. Love it. Thank you so much.
Love Wagner and exploitation.
Yeah. Not a racist though. Only so what was it, like semi or whatever that review said?
Vaguely,
that's right.
Only vaguely racist.
Yes. It's like, well, you remind me of other races, but I don't believe that you are one.
Vaguely.
Yeah,
God,
so
even vague words should not be like. How about your review being vague?
yeah, no kidding.
Review is vague. Your criticisms are vague. All right. The most fun to me was Dream Drop Distance. I think that was when I had the most fun. I think Kingdom Hearts 3 is a real close second in terms of like what's the most fun gameplay wise, but that's bogged down by the long cutscenes on the in between. This game was pretty damn fun, but I think this game's only a 20-minute fun and not a 1 hour fun.
Yeah.
Personally, like I would go in, play some songs, but I'm not going to be running around grinding through whatever world that I'm in, you know?
I think if I would have had time, I probably would have done all the songs.
You think so?
Yeah.
Man, you're like that though. I didn't do that for Theater Rhythm.
Yeah, that's crazy to me.
Like honestly, there was a part of me that wanted to, but another part of me that was like, I need to beat this game. I need to beat the Nude Clan games. Like,
yeah,
it's just been in that section for the last year and a half.
No, I understand.
So, yeah, you understand, but you put 40 hours in. So
yeah, but I'm just sick in the head.
Yeah, I guess that's a big part of it. But yeah, how do you feel about after playing all these Kingdom Hearts games? According to the question, are you excited or apathetic towards Kingdom Hearts 4?
Same as earlier. Now that I beat this one, I'm interested in Kingdom Hearts 4, and maybe I'll get it, depending. But I've got a bunch of other stuff I want to do. And some of it's gaming, some of it's not. You know, so I don't.
Yeah.
It's not like I don't get excited for much. Like,
well, look, this whole series to me, I've enjoyed them. It's not like I haven't. Story-wise, I have not been on board since game number 3.
Yeah.
Or 4, I would say. Like, I was losing the plot in Kingdom Hearts 2, and then by the spin-offs, I was out.
It was gone, yeah.
So, in that respect, it's like, well, I'm not excited about it to see what the story will do. The last major Kingdom Hearts 3, was really long-winded.
Yeah.
But the gameplay might still be fun. So it might be a fun game to like play, see how bad the cutscenes are, and honestly just skip the fuck out of them if I have to, just to have the fun gameplay.
Yeah.
But there's other games I would rather play if that's the case, though. If I'm just playing for the gameplay, I'd rather play like a fun shooter with my friends online or something.
I mean, we've been playing this Alien game that was free on PSN. Dude, we skipped everything. Like, there's dialogue. I'm like pounding that skip button. I'm like, I don't give a fuck, man. This is like a 6 out of 10 Alien Onslaught game. Don't give a fuck what's happening. All I care about is that I get to play with people that I know, and that's it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's kind of what I'm more interested in now than anything. It's just getting on with the boys, playing a little, you know. Like,
I wonder if that's some of it, too. I wonder if that's like when you're a teenager or when you're just younger, that maybe you are more interested in having a one-on-one relationship with the video game. But now it's like, that video game story better be fucking, you know, God of War good.
Yeah, it better be awesome.
I mean, new God of War good.
Easy.
And and then, or like some of the classic Final Fantasies.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm not going to pay attention.
Yeah, it's got to
be out.
Because it's like, I'm like, maybe I'm just a stickler. I don't know. Like, I found that I'm kind of like I'm kind of like a dick. Like, I don't like TV. I don't like most movies. Like, I'm kind of fucking picky, man. And like, maybe it's just because I've seen how many hours I've wasted on things.
You've been critical for 10 years at a podcast.
That might be it too. Yeah,
you've been picking apart media.
But I'm just like, if it's not like, it's like, like TV shows. You know, I'll be watching Vikings, and I'm like, oh, it's fun. It's fun. The new seasons of Game of Thrones comes out, and I'm like, no more Vikings. Like, that was just a thing I was doing for a little while.
It's just a phase.
It's just a phase. Now the real show is on. Like, and like, if I don't like it, I'll just fucking stop. Like the Marvel movies, I didn't like Iron Man 2. Never saw Iron Man 3. I didn't like. I just, if I don't like the one, I'm just done. Like Star Wars, same thing. Some
of it is a time thing. I honestly like. I think the best thing is probably just to. You know, if a bunch of people recommend something, check it out.
Yeah.
That's probably going to be your best bet.
Yeah, and like
You don't have to be up on like whatever the new thing is.
Yeah,
Just like go, oh, everybody's talking about Godzilla -1. Should probably watch Godzilla -1.
yeah, and I think I will try to go see it.
At least go and try to have a good time. And
Yeah, and I mean, I'm interested in series like this. You know, like I want to. One of the other ideas I had for a show is like a Resident Evil podcast because it's like a series I really like.
the shorter games too.
Oh yeah, so much shorter, dude. You can beat him in like. There's like a trophy for the remake of 3. It's like 2 hours or less. They're fucking made to speedrun. They're made to destroy. And I love that, you know. Like the first time it'll take you a little while to figure out.
I mean, I can't wait for the Dino Crisis podcast. Just 2 episodes.
Hell yeah. I think there's actually 3.
Or there 3?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, whoops.
I think they made one on fucking like Xbox
Can I
360.
tell you? And I don't know why it's not still this way. It's like, why is Turok and Dino Crisis, why are they not the biggest games ever? Because when I was a kid, they were
like
both
all you
rated M
wanted.
and I couldn't have them.
Yeah.
But they were like fucking dinosaurs looking scary on a cover. And I'm like, how is that not a money printer? Like,
yeah.
what the fuck? Do kids not like dinosaurs like they used to?
Dude,
Maybe,
I fucking loved Turok. I would like pretend to play Turok on recess at school. Like
my friend Timo and I would play Carnivores, this fucking dinosaur hunting game. There was like 5 of those games. There's some other company bought up the license, and there's some newer ones that are like more like mobile-y, downloady kind of games. They're not like true games to me anymore, but
big games.
but to me, like those dinosaur hunting games, dude, that was like, I don't know, half my time when I was like 8 and 9 years old. Like that's all we were fucking on. Like, yeah, Dino Crisis, why stop that? If you were the owner of a company and you were like, let's, make it teen so that the kids can play it and fucking milk that tea, dude.
Yeah. Well, it's the guys who made Resident Evil. That's
Yeah,
who
I know
made it.
that, yeah. And honestly, probably they're just like, yeah, that Dino Crisis game looks fun, but it has tank controls.
It kind of does.
Yeah.
I almost beat the first one. I got like stuck.
Okay.
But it was pretty fucking sweet. Like
I fucking love
it got my
dude.
dino rocks off.
I almost convinced Drew to do a podcast that was all theatrically released dinosaur movies.
Shit, that sounds sweet. Yeah.
I know. But I wouldn't do full cut like the mistake that we made with Godzilla. It's not a mistake. I think it's actually an interesting part of the show is like doing the commentaries. But we wouldn't do commentaries. We would just watch them probably in bulk and then just have an episode just talking about them.
Yeah.
But a lot of them are going to be like some like dog shit British movies with like, God, there's like a 1970s The Lost World where it's just like, it's suitmation. So it's dudes in big dinosaur suits.
Yeah.
And it looks awful. It looks awful. But you know what? Who gives a fuck? It's still dinosaurs. And I did watch that shit when I was a kid, for sure.
Yeah. One of my kids fucking loves dinosaurs, and it's pretty awesome.
I want to say there was like 50-something movies of dinosaurs theatrically released. There was less than you would think.
Nice. And the Netflix show Camp Crustaceous, other than a couple things they added in there.
Camp Cretaceous?
Cretaceous, yeah.
Okay, Crustaceous?
Crustaceous.
It's got a bunch of crabs in it.
Camp Crabs. It's a kids' camp. But what happens there is not for children. But yeah. It's a Netflix show. It's pretty good. There's a couple things in there that bugged me, but I was like, man, this is actually pretty sweet. Like, it's a dino, like, fucking. It's unfortunate that it's more Jurassic World, because I'm impartial to Jurassic Park. Like, yeah, Jurassic World 1 is a pretty good movie. It's probably the second best one, but it's a far second to Jurassic Park 1. It is nowhere near as cool.
Well, yeah, I mean, Jurassic Park is just a series where there's one great one.
Yeah.
And that's it.
And like when I went to Disney World, dude, oh man, the Jurassic Park section, amazing. Like I was so fucking pumped.
Disney World?
No.
Universal.
Okay,
dude,
I was like, oh, this is so cool. And it was all Jurassic Park. Not Jurassic World. We don't fuck around with Jurassic. And they had a ride that was Jurassic World, but whatever. It's fine. It's like a Raptor. It's like a 60-mile-an-hour coaster or something. It's fucking sweet. But like the design of it was like straight Jurassic Park, and I was like, fucking yes, this is so cool. And I loved it. And yeah, the rides, they had like an old classic ride that like you just go on the boat little ride, and then you know the dinos are coming out of the water.
And then the drop.
Yeah, and then the drop with the T-Rex. That actually kind of scared me. I was like,
oh,
fuck.
No, that's a drop.
Yeah.
You think it's a little drop, and it's a fucking... You're like, oh, Jesus. Because when you see other people doing it, it's like not a big deal.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And luckily, I think...
It's the same thing as Splash Mountain. They are the same fucking ride.
They are.
I
think my brother-in-law took most of the water, so I was pretty dry.
Nice.
But he was fucking soaked, dude.
It's crazy. Like, when we were kids, it wasn't a big deal to get wet, but now everybody has a cell phone in their pocket.
Yeah.
It's a way more big deal. Like, everybody's got to fucking, like, plan that shit out. Like, get the Ziplocs now.
And sometimes you're okay, but then sometimes Splash Mountain will, like, fucking drench your ass.
Drench Mountain.
Yeah. Yeah.
Drench your beaver taco.
Drench that beaver taco in the special sauce.
Oh, man. That beaver taco in my mouth is so wet after that Splash Mountain. But
yeah.
Yeah.
I could smell that beaver taco from a mile away.
Man, why does this ride smell like vag?
Yeah. It smells like dirty vagina in this fucking ride. God. Oh, that's why. It's beaver taco.
Beaver taco time.
Yeah. Special sauce, river.
I want you guys to try my taco, my beaver taco. And
Yeah.
it's just the Taco Time lady from the commercials.
Yeah.
I looked that lady up, the Taco Time girl, which no one seems to remember. I don't even know if you remember. But she was like, blah, 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 it's Taco Time. And she had this very she had this head move. And she was Hispanic, but she sounded like a fucking white girl from the valley is what she sounded like at Taco Time. And I looked her up. She's a fucking realtor now in Arizona.
Really?
Yeah. It was like, and she had like an actor page or something. Because I was like, someone's got to remember this fucking Taco Time lady.
She was so hot.
Well, she was attractive. She was a cute girl. But she's like talked in a way that wasn't selling the tacos for me, honestly.
Yeah.
And it's not like she had to put on like a Mexican accent or something like that. But it was just like, even just as a performer, it's like her voice was not made to be projected on television to me when I was a teenager and my critical teenager dumb.
Yeah.
And so I just had to find that fucking, I don't know, it was like 4 a.m. or something. And I just like had to find those fucking taco things. And then I found her like actor profile. Like she had like some like backstage resume. And then I Googled her and then I found her as a realtor. It was the same woman. And I was like, wow. She was the face of a brand, the apparently not memorable face of a brand for like 6 years.
Yeah.
And every time I see Taco Time, I'm like, Taco Time. Like, no one cares.
Like, what are you doing?
What are you doing? There's got to be at least one person listening to this can like think back to when they were watching SNL as a teenager just a few years ago and seeing the Taco Time commercials
Yeah, that's
constantly. Kingdom Hearts series as a whole.
Good series. Not my favorite story, which is weird because that's kind of what we're here for mostly with Ultima Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
But like, there's games that are, we got Stranger of Paradise and we love that thing.
Yeah, there's games where the story
dumb
is
as hell.
who gives a fuck.
Like I feel like they had to have been trying to make it as stupid as humanly possible. Like that's an effort in stupidity.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious.
And they wanted to code it wrong so that you could see like the audio not in sync with the video perfectly or sped up.
Yeah, it's like the
Bizarrely.
punk rock of fucking video games, dude. It's just like, yeah, we make it shitty because we can.
Yeah, fuck you,
It's
bro.
hilarious. It's like
We'll pay $9 million to get Frank Sinatra on the back end too. Fuck you.
And that's about it on the budget, bitch.
Oh, you needed more coders for debugging? Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, fuck yourself, Frank Sinatra. 2 words for you, loser. Frank Sinatra. My way.
We're going to do it our way.
Yeah.
Get it?
I get it. Yeah, dude, that was like... That's like Uwe Boll movie level of like laughter when I was playing that fucking game.
Oh, man. It was such a beautiful game.
I was like, why are they fast forwarding?
It's one of the greatest Final Fantasies and one of the worst at the same time. That's where I love things to be at. Like, if you're going to make something shitty, go all out, man. Like, make it real shitty. It just... You got to make it so you can laugh at it.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, let's fast forward to this gay story bit here. Let's just hit the fast forward button. Yeah, there we go. All right, now we're done. Back to the action.
Yo, fuck this.
Yeah.
Here, hand him the fucking ball or whatever the fuck he's handing him.
Yeah. It's so funny because everyone, when we reviewed that, they're like, I never saw that. I was like,
We both have
bro,
the
that was
same-
like all the time. This game's just like fucking, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. It's like, fuck, it's like I'm playing Doom. It's like, fuck the story. You know, like 2 seconds of story, we're back to killing.
Man, I can't believe how long after the game had come out that we played it. It was still glitching like that.
I know,
That's
yeah.
crazy.
It was forever after. It was like 4 or 5 months at least.
I mean, clearly we love the Kingdom Hearts series so much that every time we talk about it, we talk about something else.
Yeah, something else, yeah.
No, I mean, I liked it. I'm glad I finally played them because this would have always been like, oh, someday I want to play all the Kingdom Hearts. Now, I wish I had done it when I was a teenager and I could have appreciated it more.
Yeah,
At this point, I'm like, I'm kind of over it. I'm kind of over the
hype.
I'm just over Kingdom Hearts at this point. I think it's for younger players. I think they'll appreciate the story elements and the sentimental elements of it.
Yeah, and I think
more.
it's hard because, like, if, you know, with Final Fantasy, I've played them all on release except for 11 and 14.
And 1 and 2. And
Well, yeah, I mean, since 12, which really is only like 4. But, and the spinoffs, like I played Crisis and I played Dirge and I played like all of those games. So, like, we have a history with these games. With the Kingdom Hearts, you had a little bit of a history.
I did,
But
and
it
I
was-
was so excited to play them again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just 1 and 2 mostly, though, right? That was it.
Yeah, that was it.
So, like, it doesn't have the same... And I think we hit on this last episode where you said, like, you know, if it was this game and then a year and a half later, the next game, maybe we would forgive it a little more. It's stupid story. Or
Yeah.
it's, like, weird convolution. Because I wouldn't replay all of them just to fucking play the new one. Like,
No.
dude, no. That's too much. So it'd be like, oh, I must have forgot some of that. Or I must have this and that. It would be like a nice, oh, yeah, man, I remember Agrabah.
You did forget Sora.
Yeah.
You forgot it all.
Yeah.
Again.
Again and again. This is just a side quest. That was 20 hours of your fucking life over the course of 2.5 over 3 days. Like,
2.5 over 3 baths.
yeah, 2.5 over 3 scalding baths.
In order to weigh in at 2:04 the next morning.
In order to be fat the next day. But not as fat.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's like, I think it would have been better. And that's like what we've had with the Final Fantasies, you know, like we had the history and then it's like the new one comes out and it's like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
The new one comes out and it's, oh, cool. But since the start of this podcast, we've had what, like Lightning Returns, Theater Rhythm, like 3, Explorers, World, some
God,
Junkers, and then 15, and then 16, and some good 14 expansions. Some not good ones. Lots of not good ones. Lots of ones that everyone loves. And I'm like...
And we got the final piece of FF11.
Yeah. Which I liked. I liked FF11.
There's probably been like a dozen major Final Fantasy releases in the last 10 years.
Yeah, and it's kind of nice. It's a treat, you know. Like when 7 Remake Part 2 comes out, I'm excited for that. I'm excited to see them not kill Aerith. I feel like they're going to do it, man. I feel like they've been fucking wanting that forever.
This is the alternate history FF7, so
Yeah.
it has to be the
It's
opposite.
like Howard Zinn's FF7.
Dude, what if they killed Cloud? What if they fucking killed Cloud?
Okay, though, then I'd be really
And then
mad.
Aerith has to take up the Buster Sword with her skinny little arms.
That would be pretty crazy. And then she like becomes...
That'd be a very Nomura move.
Yeah.
I don't know. No, he never kills anybody.
Yeah, that's true. Well, fuck, neither
That's a
does 14's guy. He killed like the one cat chick whose name I forgot and whose existence I forgot about until like the very end. And I was like, who the hell's that?
I mean, there's some death in FF16.
Oh, yeah. Everybody.
Everybody.
Yeah, maybe not everybody,
No.
but a lot of people die.
There is a take backsies. Kind of. Pretty sure.
In 16?
Yeah.
Not as bad as 14, though.
No.
I was like, wow,
Nope.
this is heavy.
Oh, this is back to the roots of Final Fantasy IV with the
Yeah.
fake sacrifices.
Like, just kidding. They're all alive. And I was like, oh. Why? This is the end of your story. Kill some fucking people, man. Like, make us feel. Give us the members. Like, I remember how cool this guy was. This guy. Remember the sneak missions with Thancred? Remember? I fucking hated them. They were fucking awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's not the same level, I would say. So we need to rank this game, and we also need to rank the spin-off series because we got rankings
What the fuck?
upon rankings.
That's the wrong rankings.
Upon
Game
rankings.
rankings.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. It says
You're
we're
on
on Ultima.
Did we accidentally do it? Okay, we're looking at our Google Drive right now, trying to figure out where our document is.
I maybe did. This is the problem with too many drives.
Yeah.
I put shit everywhere.
Yeah. You don't see what your... There's another game rankings.
I don't know. See, that one should be the one that we just opened.
Right. What the fuck? Sorry, it's slow. Dun, 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 dun.
Do you know where you're going to put this one?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know where I'm going to put it.
I'm going to guess you're going to put it second from the bottom.
Wow, that's a really fucking good guess.
Yeah.
That was an excellent guess.
Because that's where I'm putting it.
Yeah. Yeah. So, for me, the best game in the series is Dream Drop Distance.
Yep, I second that.
The second best game in the series, which I didn't expect you to say the same thing. Like, I had already had it in my head what I was going to do there.
Yeah, I wanted to do that for Birth by Sleep almost too, but then Birth by Sleep became not fun.
No, there was issues with Birth by Sleep. I would never...
But like the exploitative nature of it was fun.
Just an untitled sheet. It wasn't under rankings.
Okay. So for a minute, Birth by Sleep, I was like, I'm having a lot of fun with this. But then I was like, oh man, I'm really not having fun with this at all right now. But yeah, I agree. Dream Drop Distance, surprisingly good for how little anyone even talks about it. It revolutionized, it revamped the battle system. It added a really cool little sidekick thing. The combat was solid. The story was whatever, you know.
Yeah, like, who gives a fuck?
But it was fun to play, and it was fun to exploit, and we got new worlds again. And Fantasia was fantastic. Like the score in that was so fucking good. There was only a couple of things in that game that drove me nuts. The drop was one, the third D or second D. But I agree.
Yeah. And then I have Kingdom Hearts 2. You have Kingdom Hearts 2 as the second best.
Yeah, super fun.
And then super fun. That's when the story was getting too convoluted for me to follow it, though.
Yeah, like the very end of Kingdom Hearts 1, I was like, wow, that was dumb. And then like ever since then, I'm like, man, I miss that. I miss that dumb.
I was that dumb where I could follow it dumb.
Yeah, this is like eating. It's not even just eating glue. It's like eating that like brown glue that's like really toxic smelling. Like that's the glue they're eating now.
And then for the third best game, I put Kingdom Hearts 3 because I think it's probably the second best battle system in the series. Some good story parts. Well, I would say, excuse me, when I say some good story parts, I like how they treated the Disney stuff in Kingdom Hearts 3 a lot more than pretty much all the other games.
Yeah. They took their time.
They took their time. A little too much.
My time. They took their time so much, it took my time.
For the third best game, you put Kingdom Hearts 1.
Yeah, I just think it plays surprisingly well for how old it is, in my opinion. And once you unlock some abilities, it actually plays like not as clunky as it was in the beginning, where I was like, man, this game fucking sucks. But once you get it to where you got good combos and stuff, I'm like, no, this is actually kind of fun.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if
2 blows it away.
Kingdom Hearts 2, yeah.
As far as combat, it's
2's
like
a
close.
much smoother game. Much smoother. Sorry. And I think more dramatic and all that stuff. So I don't know. I prefer Kingdom Hearts 2.
I just like the simplicity of 1.
Kingdom Hearts 1 is
charming to me.
Kingdom Hearts 1, I think, is just too jank for me.
Like that fucking jank
put it
stank.
up high. Fourth best, I put Recoded. You put Kingdom Hearts 3. Recoded, I realize, is the remake of Coded, and it's short, but it's a lot of fucking fun, and it's ranked high because of the fucking gameplay for me. So
Yeah,
that's why
it's
I
a
put
good
Coded
time.
up there.
Really good time.
Then I put 358 over 2. Then you put 3 Recoded, and then we both have Birth by Sleep as the 6th best game. And then I have Kingdom Hearts 1, third from the bottom. And then you have 358 over 2, third from the bottom.
I think that's a fine game. And those third from the bottom, fourth and fifth from the bottom, kind of interchangeable. Like, they're not bad.
They're pretty close.
They're really not bad games. So that was kind of tough. I was like, I feel like I'm shitting on 358 when it was actually pretty good. It's just a little clunkier than the more
I think that
recently.
one was long in the tooth with the cutscenes. That was another one where I was like, having issues with
and
that.
it's like the ice cream thing. I'm like, dude, come on.
I see one more fucking ice cream.
Yeah, and then they tease it here and there, like Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm like, bro, what is with the ice cream again? Like, get the fuck off that tower.
This has never been a good story device. Stop it with the ice cream.
Did you not learn your lesson? Why didn't you get your ice cream fix in that one game? Like, look, you can have the ice cream, but I swear to Christ, if you put it in one more fucking game, I'm going to fire you. I'm going to take Final Fantasy 15, and I'm going to give it to that man right there.
See that guy? See him?
Yeah. He's going to take your fucking game. I'm going to give it to him, and then he's going to fucking make DLC, and then he's going to leave.
And he's going to be on Facebook.
Yeah. And he's going to befriend a podcast.
And he's going to just hang out on Facebook.
Yeah, and that's it. And then you are going to hang out making fucking Kingdom Hearts for the rest of your life.
Melody of Memory, second to last. Honestly, it's a little time waster game.
Yeah.
It's fun, but it's not as fun as their later project, I'll be honest.
No.
I like the game, and I don't have any major issues with it. And it was kind of nice to get a recap on the whole series as the end cap to this whole thing. But as far as a game in and of itself, it's like it doesn't have that much to offer.
No, and I didn't want to play it as much as I wanted to play the other one.
No.
And there's a little too much going on the screen. I think the direction of the notes is part of that, and the enemies, them coming at you is like
It's a lot. It's
it's
busy.
a little much, to like handle.
And
My
then,
brain can't do that much, bro.
And then Chain of Memories
Yeah,
is the worst Kingdom Hearts game.
it's a fucking dick game, dude.
Yeah. Although you can exploit it, and there's a fun in exploiting it with just fucking magic all day for me.
Yeah. That one attack I had was pretty nasty.
Yeah, that.
Phase
God.
1 I had down. Phase
God,
2,
dude.
my cards weren't very strong, so he would just cock block me about 80% of the time, and then he'd do that scatter to the wind move, and I would scream.
I want to see how many Kingdom Hearts games we just beat in this period of time.
Dude, it's all but one.
Yeah, it's eight Kingdom Hearts games. So when did we start? Like
I feel like we've done about one a week since we fucking started.
September or something?
Yeah, maybe not one a week. That can't be right. It's been one a week for a minute though, and this is 3 in 1 week. So fucking yeah.
Okay. So the first
game was like the first review of this year. It was like January, and then we
Okay.
went on a big break.
Halloween is when we did Chain of Memories.
Dude, that's fucked up. That is what, like 6 weeks? Good God. Fucking A, how did we do that? 8 games? What the fuck? That doesn't even fucking compute. Oh my God.
Yep. There was a 13-day gap before Kingdom Hearts 2, you know? Not too bad.
Yeah. And then it was the weeklies. God.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, and now it's just fucking
Killing
throw them
it.
all. Just put them all out at once. Who cares?
What if I did that?
Here's Sunday
Merry
night with the
Christmas.
boys. Yeah. Fuck it.
Anyway, it's 1:30 in the morning. We should probably wrap this shit up.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to Ultimate Final Fantasy, the Ultimate Final Fantasy podcast. Again, we are not playing Chrono Trigger as part of our 10-year target. So we apologize for the disappointment there. We're not going to say never on Chrono Trigger, but definitely not between now and May. However, we are going to play Xenogears, and that's the next game on our list. So you probably don't have that much time. Keep an eye on the Discord for updates on that. But I would, if I were you, and I'd played Xenogears before, I would get on there and give us your review of Xenogears and your questions for Xenogears. You can do that on our Discord, which is linked on the episode description, or you can send an email at fffanatics123@gmail.com. That is fffanatics123@gmail.com. Guys, fucking God, so nice to be rid of the series. Oh, we know what? Oh, dick.
The rankings.
Rankings of the fucking series.
Do you want to let it simmer?
Damn it.
Or do you want to do it now?
I think I can do it now. Let me open up our Discord with the master list.
Crank that master list. We got
Okay.
to edit some shit out of there.
Okay, all right.
Let's write 'em down.
There's a lot of series in here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Are we counting ones that are connected to main series games or ones that are just not connected at all?
Not connected. So like it'd be
Okay.
FF, and then
Okay, so
what the fuck? Where'd I go?
rank the series. I mean, the only series we have left is the Bravely Default. Like series. So
Okay,
All right.
so what do we have?
okay, so we have Crystal Chronicles. Do we want to? Evilise includes 12, but we can just do Tactics if you don't want to include 12.
No, it's not fair to include a main line.
The Mana series,
Oof. All right.
Final Fantasy Fables. That's the Chocobo's Tales and Dungeons games. The Dissidia series,
Okay.
Theater Rhythm series. Then we have, let's see, these are listed as like Final Fantasy cameos. Chocobo Racing. Let's just say the Chocobo games is one thing. I know I put
So
Fables there.
yeah,
but
Chocobo.
yeah, those are just all the Chocobo games, including the Chocobo Dungeon.
Man, that is
games.
a mixed bag.
Yeah, that's a way mixed bag. But I don't know how else to do them because there's like pairs of them, but there's not like a trilogy anywhere to be found in there.
Yeah.
Then we got the Kingdom Hearts.
All right. Which one of these junk heaps is the best?
Okay, all right. Of the spin, because FF is the best
Oh
of
yeah.
the main.
There's no fucking. There's no way.
It's not
these
even a
are-
question.
Yeah.
Then,
So I guess we could do FF.
yeah, FF is number 1. But the thing is, FF has like random series within it. So like the Final Fantasy VII series of games, Final Fantasy X series of games, Final Fantasy 13 trilogy. You know, it's hard not to. So if I'm just going to include all those as part of FF, because they're all directly related.
Direct sequels, yeah.
That's still number one by a mile.
Yeah, even with the...
But man, shit. I see what you're saying here.
Yeah, it's like,
Tactics, maybe. Tactics over Kingdom Hearts.
I think so.
I think so too.
Damn, really?
Yeah.
Fuck, all right. I thought you were going to fucking dunk on the Tactics.
No, I mean, the first Tactics I don't like, but I like the sequels a lot.
Yeah, that A2 was really fucking awesome.
Yeah, they got better as they went along, and I think, maybe not story-wise, but...
Oh, yeah, story was stupid as fuck.
Gameplay is just amazing in those sequels.
Yeah, even the Game Boy one, that was surprising to me.
Then Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty easy.
Like, if I were to just count Tactics in the Final Fantasy series, which is the only other one of these that really counts there, I don't even think Crystal Chronicles counts there in Final Fantasy, then
No.
Tactics would just be absorbed into Final Fantasy, and then Kingdom Hearts would be the best.
Fuck, this is kind of... I got to,
okay.
get on the floor for this.
All right. Fourth place, Crystal Chronicles versus Mana versus the Chocobo Games versus Dissidia versus Theater Rhythm.
Bro, I'm doing Theater Rhythm as number 4. I actually think they're all fun.
Okay, you know what? They are all fun.
So, like...
Wait, what the fuck am I doing? Theater Rhythm?
Are you going to crank it out in front of Tactics or Kingdom Hearts?
Those are like those feel like full games. And Theater Rhythm has never felt like a full game.
Yeah, that's true.
They've always been like little time waster things that could probably be on mobile in a lot of ways. But they're fun.
Yeah.
Nah, Crystal Chronicles number 4. It's messy. There's 2 junk titles in there. And then 3 decent ones. But and they're only decent in the gameplay.
Yeah.
It's not like the story's
The
great.
stack 'em.
Actually, the one with the best story is the worst gameplay wise. So it's a really bad balance.
What, that Wii one?
Yeah, the Wii one.
Yeah, that
Crystal
thing-
Bearers.
Oh, man, that thing sucks to play.
Yeah.
And that part with the volleyball, I thought that was required. Dude, that took me, like, so long. I was so mad.
Man, these are hard though.
Yeah, it's starting to get into, like, shit territory.
Okay, so
I'm still putting Theater Rhythm over Crystal Chronicles.
all right, I'm putting Mana next. Even though it has some of the worst games I've ever played ever in it.
I think it has
It also
one of the
has
worst.
3 great games in it. Heroes of Mana is the worst game we've played on this podcast.
It might be the worst game I've played to completion ever. And I've played some stink games, dude. Like in my time.
Okay, then I'm going to put Theater Rhythm probably.
I'm putting Mana.
You're putting Mana as number 6?
Wait, what did I just do? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, fuck that. Mana, I'm putting at 5.
Okay.
I'm putting Crystal Chronicles as number 6.
Okay.
Because the first 3 Mana games, the first 4 Mana games, or is it 3?
3.
Because
I think you liked the 4th one more than I did. That Legend,
that was the PS1.
Legend of Mana.
Yeah, I think that one's okay. It's a cool
Okay.
concept,
That one was boring as fuck.
but its
For
execution
me.
was lame. But then it's bad Mana. And like we're talking
Bad Mana,
like
bad.
Scary, like it's like the scare one, yeah. And that was so
By
much
the way,
better than the next one.
That one, the Dawn of Mana, that's an official 4th game. Too. The Boo one, the scare one.
Yeah. Boo.
Like that's supposed to be the sequel to Secret of Mana. The other ones were spin-offs.
Yeah, that's offensive.
That one's Second Daisetsu 4 or whatever.
Because that one's bad. And the next one, that Heroes is...
Then it gets worse. You didn't even know.
It's like, you can't even believe it. How bad it can be.
God. Yeah, my number 6 is Theater Rhythm. They're just not full games to me.
That's fair.
Then, I guess Chocobo. And then Dissidia.
Dissidia is the worst?
Dissidia is the worst.
I mean, the stories are pretty fucking stupid.
And the gameplay is pretty fucking clunk.
I don't know.
None of them have high. So all the other of these series, they all have games I love and would return to.
I mean, Chocobo does have... I think Chocobo Fables was a blast. That little one on the DS with the mini games.
The Chocobo Fables... Chocobo Tales.
Yeah, Chocobo Tales was fun.
That one was fun.
But
Chocobo Racing GP was fun.
Yeah, but it's not like the first 3 Mana games fun. It's not like awesome.
It's just my emotions on this, because I guess some of these are just like the last game that was in the taste of my mouth. It's like Dissidia NT is awful.
Yeah.
It is patently awful.
I got kind of used to it.
And Dissidia 02, Dudekheim. I just remember getting stuck on bosses literally 100 times. I don't remember which one that was.
The last guy.
Fuck,
dude.
You
were fucking raging.
Fuck that shit. And then Chocobo's cunt dungeon in it. Which I hate the Chocobo Dungeons games, and I think you like them, and you just there's something wrong with you.
I just want to admit it. I did buy Everybody, and I beat it the same year we beat Chocobo's Cunt Dungeon. So you might be right. I might like him. Who knows? I just beat it twice in a year.
I don't know. I could probably like search my soul a little bit more with these titles and like weigh out each game.
Yeah, it's hard because
I could do something a little bit more objective than this, but those are my feelings right now.
Okay, so we got number 1 is Final Fantasy, obviously. Number 2, we both have as Tactics, which I'm surprised from you. Number 3, we both have as Kingdom Hearts. I put Theater Rhythm at number 4. You put Crystal Chronicles at number 4. I put Mana at number 5, and so did you. Number 6, I put Crystal Chronicles. You put Theater Rhythm. Number 7, we both put Chocobo, and number 8, we both put Dissidia.
You said really on Dissidia, then you put it in last place too.
Well, I was like, that Chocobo Fables was fucking fun.
Yeah.
And the Dissidia cutscenes...
It does pull up the rest of it.
...are like some of the most brain dead thing I've ever seen out of Square Enix. Yeah. And that's saying a lot.
That's real cash grabbing shit.
Yeah, it's like they're just people in areas having conversations that mean absolutely nothing. It's just like... It's like, what if this guy was in this area with this guy, and then they talked? What would they talk about? Yeah, well, apparently nothing is what they came up with. Absolutely nothing. They would just be fucking chatting, and then someone would be like spying on them. It's like if you think Kingdom Hearts' world makes no sense, Dissidia's world makes fucking 0 sense.
That's true.
It's just dudes thrown in together and talk.
Man, how far have we fallen since we did the main series of Final Fantasy games? I gotta tell you.
Yeah.
Man.
I know. I mean, I do like Tactics, but...
I like a lot of games in these series, but all of these series have something wrong with them, in my mind.
Yeah. I think Tactics is really good. Personally.
I don't think there's a bad mainline FF game, really. I mean, I don't like 1 and 2, really. But it's just because they're like too rudimentary, I think, maybe, and like just too...
Yeah, kind of too brutal in some ways.
Too brutal, but...
In like ways because it's like they're old. That's why it's brutal.
And the remake of number 3. Next time I play the series, I'm doing the original 3. That's like the Pixel one.
Yeah. That's probably better.
I've heard it's better than the DS version of 3. That was the only one that was available when we started the show.
Yeah.
So I would like, and it's supposed to be like a big classic in Japan. I can't imagine it's not better than the DS version that we played. So I didn't like that one either. So the first 3 Final Fantasy games are rough. I say didn't like. I just, they're way below on my list. But
Yeah, there's games in these series that are better than them.
Yeah.
But once you hit like 4 and on, that's kind of not
it's like,
true.
There's not really any bad ones.
I mean, I could say maybe Mana 2 and 3 might be better than some of the big Final Fantasies, like some of the earlier ones that are beloved, but I don't know.
I don't.
Nah, story-wise,
Legend of
no.
Mana, or not Legend of Mana. Sorry, Trials of Mana. That one, I think I ranked that one higher than you did.
That was the third one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was sweet. The combat was like really fucking cool.
That one might be ranked above like FF11 for me.
Yeah. That's like almost at the bottom though.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's even near the midline Final Fantasies, but
yeah.
it's still like a great game.
I mean, Tactics, I could argue that the first Tactics is up there for story, but at the same time, I don't know how high I'd put it.
All right, we need to end this.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out, guys. Until next time, enjoy the grind.